Good afternoon, Internet. Today, as the video title suggests, we're going to talk about that Korra season finale. Series finale. Yeah. Today, as the title could say, yeah. Today, as the title suggests, yeah. Today, as the title suggests, we're going to talk about the Korra season. Today, as the title suggests, we're going to talk about the Korra series finale. I was originally going to talk about it today for my first ever video. Yeah. Originally, for my first ever video, I was going to talk about a book called Poison. But then Korra came, and it was insane. So I'm mostly going to talk about the ending, because that was the craziest part. And yeah. I'm mostly going to talk about the ending, because that was the craziest part with Korrasami happening, because that's what happened. Let's get real. Yeah, they didn't kiss, but it was definitely Korrasami. And I have to say that I'm glad to live in a world where that can happen. But I would be more glad if I lived in a world where that could happen without it being surprising or a bold move. Now, I know some people out there are going to argue that Korrasami really didn't happen, since they actually didn't kiss. There was no explicit sexual romantic stuff going on. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it was Korrasami, but you could, for the sake of argument, say that they're still just friends, which I still think is a very important thing. Like, this is two strong female characters who are now... These are two strong female characters, and we're now seeing... Yeah, these are two strong female characters that are surviving and living without a male companion. And that's really important for girls out there, especially, to see that there are characters in media that can be powerful and that can live without male protection, without having to satisfy a male. Yeah. So I think that's really important, that we realize that it's not just the LGBT community that has been helped by this, but also the fact that women in general, and especially little girls, because, I mean, let's get real, I love Korra, but it is a kid's show. That girls are, yeah, that girls have someone to look up to. I think it's also important that as a community, as we talk about this finale, that I think it's important that as a community, as we talk about this finale, that we keep it civil when describing what Korra and Asami's relationship is. Because I've seen some posts out there where people getting angry because people are calling them lesbians and they think they should be called bi. And while I agree that it's probably on the bi side, that's not the point of whether they're bi or lesbian. The point is that the show was able to show that. I mean, that's the important thing. And I mean, there's precedent out there for the fact that lesbians, gay women, there's precedent out there that lesbians, before they fully accept who they are, they can engage in and there's precedent out there that lesbians, before they accept who they are, can engage in heterosexual relations. And so Korra and Asami could be lesbians, or they could be bi. I would lean towards the bi side. It makes more sense for the show. But in the end, the important thing is But in the end, the important thing is, yeah. But in the end, the important thing is Korra. But in the end, the important, yeah. But in the end, yeah. But in the end, the important thing is, yeah. But in the end, yeah. But in the end, the important thing is this is a huge step forward for our society, for especially, yeah. But in the end, yeah. But in the end, this is a huge step forward for our society, and specifically for children's cartoons. That. But in the end, this is a huge step forward for our society in achieving equality for all members of our society. Let's keep the comments civil.